Good day everyone, my name is Ooi Yau Ming with metric number 285824. We are from Group E, and today we would like to present about our application which name is Smart Budgeting Tool. So first we look at our main board. So in this page we can see our balance here and the income and expenses we spend. So for this page we can click on the plus button and we can choose either income and expense. So for like we test for salary and description is from work, and we set 2000, and either you can choose cash or the bank, or you can create a new account. You just enter the name, holder name, account number, and choose the color and the logo. So I want to choose the RHB bank and the saving. So now it will automatically add to the account. So let's try for the expensive. We add for food, like in this description you can enter the restaurant name, like we spend 10 ringgit and we use RHB bank to spend, and we choose the category food, self transaction. So yeah, it will detect from the bank that we choose. So next we see the other page's account. So at this page you can choose to edit the account you have, or you change the name, holder name, or you can change the logo, and then you can edit, delete it, or add the new account for your account. So next we move to the next page, category. So you can add a new category in here, like we can choose game, or we choose a color for it and choose a logo for, like we choose just simply tick. So yes, you can see there's a new category in our application. So next we can see, moving on to the inventory. So in this page you can add the inventory that you want to record, so you don't remind you that inventory will out of stock already in your house. So let's check, like watermelon, ingredient name is watermelon, current quantity is 1, maximum is we set 2, so not more than 2 in our house. So we buy it from like 10 ringgit and we save. So like refresh. Okay, it will add. So you can always check the ingredient that in your house. And then moving on to the chat, so you can chat with the other user how they manage their money. So hi, you can chat with them, or you can set the emoji for them to communication with them. And then next, for the setting part, we can change our name, like very easy. Click save and you can change the currency you wish to change. So that's all from our system. Thank you very much.
Good day, doctor. My name is Beh Huey Siang and my metric number is 285626. So I'm also a group member from Group E, and in this video I would like to share about the experience that what I have learned throughout the component development process to our system, and all the challenge and how do we overcome the challenge during the process, the development process. So in before we beginning the component development process, we do some research to find suitable components for our system, which is smart budgeting system, smart budgeting tools. And initially we considered to use the .NET component model, but we found that there are difficulties to integrate with other component that we wish to use, and then did not meet the system requirements. So we decide to switch to the Flutter, which is a widgets-based components model written with Dart. We have identified several key features necessary for our systems, including categorized features component is one of the main components of our system. So in the beginnings, we decide to use the components main MMAS, which is the categorized features components is for our main components. And when we decide to plug in to run the components, we have successfully find the code from the GitHub, and then when we try to implement it, we face a lot of problems. For example, like the dependencies are very old and then the code are very old, and this will give us problems to implement it. So we decide to shift to another components, which is cashier, okay, CASHEW, and we have successfully implement it, and we also successfully solve the dependencies and can run the components. But when we combine with other sub components, it becomes problems. So we are trying to find another components to replace it. So the other one is fin tracker. Okay, this is one of the tools component that we find and from the GitHub, and then although the user interface and then the features and dependency and the code for the most important is the dependency and the code is the newer version, and we have successfully fixed the dependencies problems of this fin tracker, and also it meet our needs, okay, our requirements. So we are decide to using the fin tracker to as our main component, and it also we also successfully combine other subcomponent into it. So at the end we have decided to use the we select the fin tracker to be our main component, and it also provide a comprehensive platform for expenses management, and then featuring an easy to use interface for adding and categorizing expense, personal monthly budget, and then also it open source natural and rich features set made it the perfect choice for our project. So we choose fin tracker as the main component for our system. And then the challenge that we face that I already mentioned just now, okay, throughout the development process, we encounter several significant challenges. What the one major issue is the difficult of integrating various components into the Flutter framework that I already mentioned before, like the MUAS, it have a very old versions code, and then also dependency, and for cashier we unsuccessfully to combine with other subcomponents, and then this also affect by the dependency conflict that arose due to the different versions of tools and also the technologies we using, and then to ensuring the cohesion user experience across all functionalities proved challenging, as it required meticulous attentions to the details and also extensive testing. Then, okay, for the solution that we use to implement or to overcome the challenge that we use is we adopt some systematic approach to the dependency management, because that I mentioned before, the most critical problems is the dependencies for the components because when the dependencies is old, and then it will become a problem for us to combine with other sub components. We decide to analyze the existing dependencies and selected the compatible versions and do some tests for the conflict, for the problems, and maintain the detailed documentations. And this approach ensures the comprehensive of integration and the smooth of functionality across the system. So by leveraging the Flutter extensive support, and then also the testing the previous components, and then the detailed documentations, we overcome this challenge, and at the end we successfully develop a smart budgeting system that combine with 3 components. And that's all for me. Doctor, I will pass to another person to share their experience.
Good day, doctor. My name is Jia Long, and my metric number is 286576. So for our system, we decided to develop a check function that allows users to share their experience on saving money. In the first stage, we find the GitHub to identify potential components that could be used for our chat functionality. We consider several community platforms, including Discord, Vanilla Forum, Chatter app, and Flutter Chat app. After comparing this candidate component, we select the Flutter Chat app. This decision was based on the fact that the source code is available and it is free to use, and it is high compatible to our system, making it an ideal choice for our project. Since we found a component that meets our requirement, we do not need to create one from scratch. This saves our significant amount of development time and effort. However, when we adapt the chatting component to our system, we encountered some challenges. We have to modify the code to ensure the component move smoothly with our other components. Additionally, we found that there were conflicts among the dependency of this component. To resolve these issues, we adjust the dependency one by one until they are compatible and work without any conflict. Once the dependencies were functioning correctly, we proceed to deploy phase. During this phase, we conduct informal component tests and usability tests to ensure that the chat function was operating as expected. This test was crucial in identifying and resolve any remaining issue, ensuring the smooth user experience. Throughout the development process, I learned a great deal about the flow of component-based development. A significant challenge was matching this dependency among the components, which we resolved by seeking solutions on Stack Overflow and retry different approaches. This experience highlights the importance of testing components compatibility before starting development to prevent dependency conflicts. Overall, the project demonstrates the efficiency and benefits of using existing components, saving development time and maintain high quality.
So next, I want to discuss the next component is the inventory management system. So I would like to share the experience for this component. So throughout the development process, began a deep understanding of integrating mobile application with this service for real-time synchronization. We also enhance our skill in developing user-friendly interface and implementing key functions such as record the thing in our house, we can upload picture, and we can set the limit, we can record the price so we can see the history that we bought, what is the price, what things that we left in our house. So in developing this system, the major challenge we face is ensuring the similar integration of various dependencies of within the Flutter framework, because we have to match with the other component dependencies. So we have to try every possible version so it will match with each other, so it can able to run properly without erroring. So compatibility issue among different versions of dependencies often cause conflict and error. So this is the a challenge we face. So how we overcome this challenge is uh, we analyzing existing dependency, reviewing the dependency of each selected tool and technology to identify potential conflict, and select the compatible version. After we select, we test again the conflict. Uh, it can run or not. After that, we can maintaining detailed documentation of the component and their version of facilitate future update and troubleshooting. Last, I want to share our team also focus on making the iOS as user-friendly as possible. So we implement intuitive navigation and clear interface to ensure that user could easily manage their inventory. So additionally, we prioritize real-time synchronization and efficient tracking to provide user with accurate and up-to-date information at all times. So that is all my sharing. Thank you.
Have a good day, doctor. My name is Kor Jun Xiang and my lecture number is 280194. Next, I would like to share my experience in this project, and I will talk about the integration of PyTorch for our smart budgeting tools. So PyTorch is a powerful deep learning framework that we initially plan to use for implementing the automated budgeting processes. So throughout this project, I learned a lot about PyTorch and its potential application in machine learning and AI. Although we were new to this area, we gained valuable insight into how machine learning models can enhance the budgeting tools. However, integrating PyTorch posed significant challenges for us. As this was our first time working with this framework. We struggled to understand its complexities and applying it effectively. Our limited knowledge in machine learning and AI further complicated the integration process. Despite our efforts to learn and implementing the PyTorch, we faced persistent issues that prevented successful integration. So after a careful consideration, we decided not to integrate PyTorch into our application. This decision was based on the challenges we face and our desire to ensure the overall stability and functionality of our smart budgeting tools. So instead, we focused on other components that we could implement more effectively. So this experience has been incredibly educational. It taught us the importance of recognizing our limitation and making informed decision to achieve the best possible outcome for our project.
while we are unable to integrate PyTorch this time, the knowledge and experience we gain will definitely be valuable in the future initiative. Thank you. That's all from me.